James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, here to share and celebrate this beautiful red wine with you today. First a sip. Sneak peek for me, because I think it's really kind of an exciting way to think about this in terms of introducing the wine, thinking about the wine, and changing my format just a bit. Not to really radically change it, but sometimes it's fun to keep me on my toes, if you will. So here we go. This is called Murrieta as well. This is called the Spur. It's a red wine blend, Livermore Valley. 31%, I'll bring that a little closer so you can see all the varieties in this wine. 31% Petite Sirah, 29% Petit Verdot, 27% Cabernet Sauvignon, 8% Malbec, and 5% Cabernet Franc, excuse me. Back panel for your review here, 13.5% ABV. A fantastic thing. So I think when I think of these two varieties, the lead varieties here are the Petite Sirah and Petit Verdot, and you could argue that is also with Cabernet Sauvignon. They're about almost 1/3 of each, nearly so. Now, I think ultimately in this blend is very interesting. I don't think I've ever tasted anything with Petit Verdot matching, maybe almost the same component with Petite Sirah. Petite Sirah on its own is fantastic, wonderful. And I think in this blend, it could have been, if it was any higher, it might have really, the Petite Sirah would have taken over in a very serious way. But I think in this way, it's kept in balance and in check with Petit Verdot. And Petit Verdot can be pretty intense, but I think it really comes in some really beautiful middle notes. And I also believe when you add together the Cabernet Sauvignon, Malbec, and Cabernet Franc, it comes out to really be a beautiful blend. So I know on blending trials, you're going to go through a lot of different combinations, and you land here for this particular vintage, and it's a fantastic way. So again, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce that 2011 vintage right there. Now, I think some beautiful scent characteristics on this wine are just really outstanding. Stone fruit orchard during autumn time when the excess fruit falls to the orchard floor and becomes spice notes with the soil. Juniper wood pile, a bit of suede on this. What I would call a leather library, bounded leather library of books. Really beautiful scent characteristics out there as well. So here we go. Take a taste of the wine again and give some flavor characteristics as well as a point score. Beautiful notes of black cherry, boysenberry, blackberry, chicory, sage, fennel, white mushroom, crushed red candy, a dash of pepper, and clove. Now, it's small production here, about 425 barrels produced in total, a combination of American, French, Eastern European oak, a bit of neutral oak as well. And also, I think this is a very interesting one in terms of, think of Livermore Valley in that regional set of being considered a hot region, and it really isn't. It definitely has some warm days, and it cools down at nighttime because of the San Francisco Bay influence. So 13.5% is really nothing abnormal here. It's actually a fantastic, I think, regional characteristic and a fact. And, maybe it's not that way every year, but often it is. And I think that's a really wonderful thing. So if this were 14.5, could it handle it? Yeah, probably so. Probably the Petite Sirah is a little higher in alcohol content, brought down or tamed down by the other varieties that it's playing with. And I also think, too, that I do taste a lot of higher alcohol content wines. In some ways, some of them can do quite well, and yet I think it's really nice to go back down, dial back down when you can, and taste the fruit. And the alcohol will always be there, but it's also not going to take an over commanding presence as well. So I try to straddle that really tough line of not being such a dogmatic person when it comes to too much alcohol or not enough, but really set a middle ground here and to think about wine differently. So this wine is a 9.1 out of a 10.0 scale. You can think of this wine as a 91 wine out of 100 points. If you like this wine, or this video review, and this wine actually, why don't you just give a thumbs up and a like if you would on this video. I'd really appreciate that. For more wine reviews, jamesthewineguy.com. Subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, and Pinterest. Salud.